around. Nurse goes down, helps out with that guy. I go over, check on the other person again. Authorities are starting to come now. I'm like, do I stay here? I mean, I gotta go. Like, I got a show to do. And so I decide to stay. Then whenever ambulance comes, fire truck comes, all that whatnot, I get in my car. I'm about to drive away. I talk to this guy. I'm like, hey, am I supposed to stay here? He's like, you're probably gonna need to do a little report on the accident. I was like, okay, of course. So I pull my car over, and then I'm just like waiting for the police to come. State trooper pulls up. He gets out. He's got his big old hat on. I'm like, oh, it's a little sheriff in town. He's not a sheriff. He's a state trooper. And I tell him all what happened. He was like, you can go. You can get out of here. I'm like, okay. I waited like 30 minutes for this just for you guys to say that. All right. Didn't even have to do a report. Got out of there. And you know what? I'm the unsung hero right there. No, I don't need any praise for it. Okay, Benny? Take it easy.
At the very least, though. I will say it's probably better you waited and being told you got to leave. Then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I'm just going to head out.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. That's why I was just like, I don't want to, overstay my welcome. Like, I wasn't a part of this. I did see it happen in front of me, which I almost collided with the car as well. I slid a little bit, but I was able to, hold the good old horse down, the Mustang, turned off to the side. I was like, dang, what the heck's going on in my life? There you go. Interesting stuff, though. That's just how my day started out. The weekend was even crazier, though, with the football games that were going on. Deshaun Watson's return back into the NFL, the upsets that happened, and teams are still in the top four that probably don't really need to be in the top four. I'm looking at UTCU.
Yeah.
We're really going to see how it's going to go down because Alabama going up against K-State's going to be a indicator about how unnecessary TCU is in the top four. What I like them, okay? They were 12-0. They were doing great on the season. I think their uniforms are swaggy, okay? But they can't be losing to K-State right before they're about to go into the playoffs.
I mean, it was in the Big 12 championship.
Yeah.
In overtime.
Yeah. It was a good game.
Yeah, but I mean,
still,
if we as Alabama fans, we want a shot in the playoff, we needed TCU to lose by like at least double digits.
Yeah.
At least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, we needed this to be a blowout.
It just had to be that close. A game that wasn't close, though. Utah versus USC. Total just devastation for USC. They were just spoiled of that top four position.
Spoiled, and which, by the way, we're going to have on Michelle Bakken in the next segment from KSL Sports.
Nice.
To talk this matchup, but a little bit of a preview. I mean, my God, I think USC kind of brought this on themselves.
Oh, they did.
They put out some social media stuff, like kind of trash talking Utah, like we're ready for this revenge match, like we're gonna come at it with everything we got. The quarterback did what he did, and then they just got embarrassed.
Well, I mean, they were embarrassed earlier in the season. They think they can change things. They didn't change anything. They just lost by worse than what they did earlier in the season.
Yeah, which, by the way, at no fault to Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams during this game did as much as he could.
Yeah.
But that Utah team, just as a whole, just decimated the Trojans.
I would have loved to see what like the exact same type of matchup or same type of game that happened in like week 7. I think USC versus Utah. Whenever Utah just barely won that one, 43-42. But instead, we got to see just amazing performances by Utah, and they win 47-24. And it was just a good little matchup right there. Now USC falls to number 8. I don't know what bowl game they're in, but it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about that later. And they're moving on to the Rose Bowl, so that'll be another thing we're going to talk with Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports about. But, Bandi, it's time to get into a little bit of the nitty-gritty, guys. Today is December 5th, 2022, and here's what you need to know in the sports world. Mr. Irrelevant is not so irrelevant now. Yesterday, during the afternoon slate of football, the 49ers starting quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo left the game early due to an ankle or a leg injury, meaning his job is yet again on the line. This time, instead of the highly anticipated Trey Lance coming in, one Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy had to come in to save the day. More on that story a little bit later during the cool segment of the show. I'm very much looking forward to it because we had a lot of rookie quarterbacks come in, show a little bit of what they got, and I can tell you this much, Brock Purdy looked a little bit better than all of them.
That is true.
That's crazy. Iowa State, man. Jeez. Who would have known? Man's quick. He's quick. I'll say that.
Hidden talent.
Hidden talent. Well, not really because he's a quarterback. He's doing what he's doing what he was kind of born to do if he's in the NFL, so hidden talent, yeah. Moving on. 2 teams have mathematically been eliminated from playoff contention in the NFL last night, with one of them being the biggest disappointment in the Chicago Bears. Because, come on, man. Justin Fields, you're doing great stuff. You knocked off an amazing rushing touchdown yesterday, but you know what? Your team just sucks so bad.
Well, they had him throw the ball this time.
They had him throw the ball a few times. And I can tell you this, he had a good arm.
He did have a good arm. But I imagine you're going to tell us what that stat line is in a cool segment.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tell you guys a little bit about that.
A little disappointing.
A little bit more, yeah. I mean, he had some good throws. He had some good runs. But at the same time, I mean, he can't carry this entire team. And you know what?
Yeah.
The bad performance by his team is going to kind of predict what he's going to be doing, because he's not going to be playing the best if he doesn't have the best guys to kind of motivate him to be the best he can. Okay?
Call it Kyler Murray syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, geez. He probably has better teamwork when it comes to Warzone than when it comes to the Arizona Cardinals. And also, the Texans were the first actually team to be eliminated, and that makes them the second in a row that they've been the first team to be eliminated from playoff contention. They suck.
Yeah, kind of not a matter of if, just when.
Yeah, it really is.
This when is it going to happen? If not this week, then probably the next.
Yeah, I feel that way about the Browns, because the Browns went up against the Texans, and let me tell you, this game, really ugly in the first, pretty ugly in the second. Offense, non-existent. Defense, immaculate.
Oh, if you want to talk about ugly games, I mean, we got the Broncos-Ravens to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about that. That one just makes me laugh a little bit because I hate the Ravens. But either way, moving on. Speaking of teams that are out of the playoffs, if not soon, okay, former Heisman Trophy winner and first-round pick Baker Mayfield, is just gone. He needs to search for a new team, because you know what? The Panthers are like, we don't need you. You're gone. Just throw your hands out.
And now it's kind of, where do you think he's going to go?
I don't think he's going to go anywhere for the rest of the season.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, if Cam Newton's not in the NFL, I don't think small man will be getting any team offers anytime soon. I really got to say, Mayfield has struggled all season with just turning over the ball and getting passes batted down at the line. He's also been sacked about 100 times. I don't know. He's been sacked a lot every single game. I just can't seem to get things going. I would personally love to blame to the Panthers organization and not maybe fully giving Baker a chance. However, that's how you waste away 4 seasons only for a chance to win one playoff game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns. Everything goes back to the Cleveland Browns, I feel like. Moving on, Deion Sanders chooses Colorado, and, me and Bandy's surprise, honestly. I mean, I know it's been talked about for a while that, Colorado might be the place he's going to go to, but I didn't think he was going to go all the way to Colorado.
No, because, I thought the more likely choice would have been Southern Florida.
Exactly.
I thought that would have been the place to go, because I thought it would have stayed relatively close to where he already was, so he still probably would have had a good amount of connections down there. So I don't think it would have been as hard of a shift over to what am I trying to say here? Yeah, hard shift to Jacksonville to South Florida.
Yeah, Jackson.
Instead of going all the way to Colorado.
Yeah, well, I mean, still, it's just one of those things. I mean, Colorado, he's got. I know one thing that can make it go, and that's $30 million. So, I mean, there you go. He's gone. Jackson State, you're going to need to find another coach. Yep, that's just kind of how it's going to be. And then moving on, another story to look forward to later on is the college football bowl game world, with many teams just missing the playoffs and others barely hanging on due to their championship games being just a little too close. Either way, TCU and Ohio State hang on by the skin of their nails, and I never got that. I never got that.
Skin of your teeth?
I never got the. Well, is it the skin of the nails or skin of the teeth?
Skin of the teeth.
Either way.
I've never heard skin of the nails.
Dude, I'm not trying to get anybody upset that I'm taking their saying. I just don't understand either one of them. What skin on my teeth? That's what I want to know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't question it. I just know the saying.
Man, you're supposed to be my producer. You're supposed to make me. I need to seem smart.
Okay, now you actually know what's crazy though.
What?
Is that as of right now, this is from Tom Van Haren on Twitter.
Okay.
About 1 o'clock, about an hour ago.
Okay.
As of right now, 508 total football players have entered the portal today.
Damn.
Today.
We're getting to it.
417 are FBS players.
Jeez. Well, that actually, it's a good transition to the next thing, because the transfer portal opens up. And in the newest and most interesting tradition of college players leave their education to join another, leaving friends for different ones and leaving teams they simply don't want to play on or just simply can't. Woo! Either way.
NIL money.
Either way. We have a few notable transfers as of right now, but we'll be updating you guys throughout the show on what's to come. First things first, Clemson running back Kobe Pace is on pace to move to another school. I don't know where exactly, but we're going to see. Either way, he's been a pretty good... He's been a decent running back, but he just hasn't seen the same amount of production as he did in his 2021 season. I mean, he had 107 rushes or attempts in his 21 or 20, 21 season, and then going and looking at this one, he had about 30, and just he didn't really get the same carry amount that he is used to. So I mean, obviously you're going to want to move. So if you're not, getting the playtime you want and you think you deserve more, that's the great thing about the transfer portal. You can't really fight for your position anymore, but it's just one of those things that's kind of a big deal. Either way, Notre Dame QB Drew Pine is also on the move, as well as Texas QB Hudson Card, who will be looking to be one of the more popular pickups for this transfer season, as well as Clemson's DJ Olugobole. I don't know his.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce.
I wasn't even gonna try it. Okay, that's why I just did.
I've seen a lot of last names as a commentator, but I can't try it.
Yeah, I honestly I could have just listened to a broadcast, but you know what? You know how I am with pronouncing names. I would have just gone out of my mind.
It took me 2 years to finally get Giannis Antetokounmpo right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it finally took me.
Close.
It took me 2 years to get that one right. I don't know about this.
Well, start getting 2 years ready for this one because, geez, I just don't know. But whatever happens, to finishing off your school season, I don't know. Just, I mean, I feel like it takes away from people, really trying hard and pushing themselves to be the best they can to get that starting position, and it adds so much character to a young man at a young age. Because I mean, that's just stuff we had to do back in high school. We weren't able to just move to a different school. I know you're possibly, you're trying to invest in yourself, I guess, in a way that you're just trying to show yourself off in the best way you can. Get on the field as much as you can, but at the same time, this is taking away a lot of the dedication and courage that you need to have to stick with one school until you finally get. What would happen if the transfer portal was around when Rudy was playing?
When Rudy was playing?
Yeah, that's the real question.
Would Rudy have transferred?
I don't know. Would he?
Would anyone have even taken Rudy?
That's what I'm saying. He probably would have figured out some school to go to. But at the same time, he wanted to be at Notre Dame. Okay, that's his school. That's the dedication. That's the story. Sometimes, if you're about to lose a player, you just show him this. You just show him Rudy. The movie Rudy, and then he sticks with it until maybe like 3 plays at the end of his career, and then he gets to play. Either way. And then former Heisman Trophy winner and first-round pick. Oh, well, there you go. What the heck? All right, I had 2 of the exact same stories on my thing. I guess I forgot to just delete that one completely.
Wasn't like the story of Rudy, isn't it nothing like how the movie was?
I believe so, yeah. It's totally different.
Yeah, I have no idea how the...
Tom knows Rudy.
Tom knows Rudy?
Yeah, he talked to him about it.
Oh, like the real Rudy?
Yeah, the real Rudy.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Hey, that's a big deal.
He knows some people. And then later in the show, the Bandi Man will have all of the insight on all the news in the gaming world from this weekend during the E play-by-play at 3:30. Expect some panda drama still going on, some pandemonium, if you'd say.
Yeah, some pandemonium.
Exactly. And then we might go over to some Overwatch to see how this new character is going to be unlockable and all that jazz.
Also, did you like Rebirth in Warzone? Rebirth Island? Resurgence?
I played it a little bit. I don't remember playing it too much. That's the thing.
We're probably gonna get it back.
Ooh.
It's been leaked that it's gonna be like a Rebirth 2.0
okay.
kind of deal.
Different little style to it, different little stuff. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it makes a lot more sense why they took it out of Warzone 1.
Yeah, of course. But either way, I mean, I look forward to it. I've played a lot of Call of Duty this weekend. You guys know how I am. I leveled up. I think I'm at like level 113 now. I don't know. I'm busted through it.
I pretty much played Persona any chance I could this weekend.
Good stuff, Bandi. I know that's more your style, so I'm all for you playing some Persona.
And yeah, I grinded through the story.
Heck yeah. Either way, after the show,
50 hours in, baby.
Heck yeah, dude. 50 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez, I've spent.
Well, the game's been out since October.
Yeah. I've spent 2 days and 1 or 2 hours on Call of Duty. I looked at that yesterday, so there you go.
Oh my God.
I've also spent 50 hours on a game, Bandi.
Ooh, all right.
Just one game. And then after the show, which you guys won't know, but we'll probably post this on the Blitz, the afternoon Blitz Twitter at @theblitz_sports. Me and Bandi are going to finish the rest of JoJo's Part 6, and that will be the funnest of times.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
So very much looking forward to that.
I have been waiting. Apparently, people on Twitter have been saying that the anime has like made the ending better.
Oh.
Like the way they showed it off, the way they did everything made
Wow.
it better than the manga. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Made in heaven. I'm just looking for that part. I hope they do the part justice. I have no idea what to
Please.
expect. But let me tell you, Bandi, we're going to order some pizza. We're going to just chill out and have a great, great time.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see your face with what happens in this part.
Dude, heck yeah.
At the end of this part.
The second, okay.
It gets bonkers.
Yeah, so the last 12 episodes, I will say this before we go on to break and start off this wonderful show, but the last part, honestly, a little forgettable. Okay, the part before that, the first part of this sixth part, I know there's a lot of parts going on right now, but that's how Netflix does it. First part was very good. Second part, kind of forgettable. Third part, I'm looking a lot forward to it. And you know what? It's going to lead into part 7, and I just can't wait for any of that stuff.
Oh, part 7 is going to blow everyone away.
I can't wait. But you guys. Oh, and Bandi, do you have one more thing?
I say there's such high expectations for it, though.
Good stuff.
If it flops, it's going to flop hard. They cannot mess up part 7.
Yeah. Either way, it should be entertaining train wreck for us to watch. But guys, we got a wide open show. We got Michelle Balkin coming on from KSI or KSL Sports. I almost said KSI. Ooh, that was a totally different thing. To talk Utah football, and that's going to come up when we get back. You guys don't go anywhere because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you don't have to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked the reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
The Blitz has been called.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a Maniac Monday here in No Man's Land on the afternoon Blitz. I'm Captain Cool alongside the Bandi Man Bailey Lowry, and on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline is a good friend of ours, talks Utah sports, but we're not going to get into that just yet because we got to remind you that this hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. The guys you need to talk to about all of your roofing needs. Have roofing problems? Look them up online and fill out your free quote today. Remember, Fleming always shows up. Yes, they do. And if you guys want to find us on the socials, you can find us at Twitter at @theblitz_sports, as well as Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV, where you can watch me and Bandi talk about everything under the sun when it comes to sports and video games and other things. But on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, I don't want to keep her waiting any longer. Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports. She's going to be talking Utah sports with us. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing really well. It was a crazy weekend, obviously, but you know what? We're happy to be here and be in this position again. So I'm excited to talk to you guys.
Yeah, and I didn't expect us to actually be communicating with you this soon after our last talk, but you know what? Utah, they faced a little bit of diversity against USC this past weekend, and I mean, it was a scary game. All right, it started off. It was like 17-3. Utah was having a little bit of ball, control problems. They were fumbling it all over the place. They were letting wide receivers just run right back past the defenders and all that stuff. They were letting USC look like they were a primetime team that was just set to win this game. But what did you see in this game, and what were you proud of with this Utah squad right here? Because it was just a hell of a game.
It sure was. I think the biggest thing is that these guys just never gave up. They never panicked. As you mentioned, they got down 17-3 and managed to tie the game by halftime. Mm-hmm. And then in the third quarter, they took their first lead and then never looked back. And I get it. Like Caleb Williams, got a little bit banged up. Yeah. But also credit Utah. Utah just kept at it. It was one of those things early on. You could see that the defense had the right idea. They just weren't getting home on it, but they stayed with it. They were persistent, and they eventually started to get home and make those stops that they needed to make. And then, of course, the offense on the other side, just kind of, I think, calmed down, started taking the game a little bit slower, and really it just everything really clicked. And I think, to me, the turning point in that game was just after they did their moment of loudness, which is a tribute that Utah has started doing since last season for the two players that were killed. Mm-hmm. And they've now since made it like a total group thing, including fans within it. They post fan pictures of people that we've lost throughout the year, mm-hmm. that are just kind of the reason for Utah football fandom. And everybody just takes their phones out, lights them up, and cheers really loudly for just a few, I think it's probably like 22 seconds or something like that. And it's a really cool, powerful moment, but the team seemed to really feed off of that. Shortly after, I believe that's when Money Parks got his big touchdown run, and it was really lights out, game over from there.
It's actually really cool. I never actually heard about that tradition at Utah. I mean, how did that get started? Like, kind of giving tribute to those past. Like, is that like an actual tradition, or how did that get started?
Yeah, so that started shortly after their running back, Ty Jordan, accidentally killed himself Christmas Day, shortly after his breakout freshman year at Utah in 2020. This was Christmas Day 2020, and obviously still kind of in the middle of the pandemic, so nobody was able to actually watch him play live because the Pac-12 had it to where there were no fans in the stands. So this kid was amazing in front of nobody. Mm. And so when it came out that he had passed away and nobody was going to actually get to see this kid play live, because everybody was so excited for the following season that they were going to get to see Ty Jordan play. And so there was just this like heartbreak last year leading up to the season with the fans, and they just wanted to do something to show appreciation for him throughout the season. And so the moment of loudness was conceived instead of doing a moment of silence for him, since he played in silence all his first and only year with Utah. They started the moment of loudness. And then, sadly, the kid that won the scholarship that was made in his honor changed his number to 22 to honor his fallen teammate. These two grew up together in Dallas. He was murdered in the middle of Utah's season last year at a house party. And it like, you need to go look it up, because the intertwining little just weird coincidences that tie those two together and kind of go throughout Utah football's season last year was just crazy. I mean, it was absolutely nuts. But so then the moment of loudness grew to include Aaron Lowe as well, was the other kid's name. And then in order to keep it relevant and, again, to kind of move on, but also keep something that had the potential to be really special and grow into a really special college football tradition, Utah moved to also include fans, because Utah football always talks about family. And if you talk to Utah football fans, oftentimes they talk about, someone special in their life that got them into going to the games, whether it was grandma or grandpa or mom or dad or my uncle. And so it's just kind of a way to share with everybody, I think, that family atmosphere. We're all a family. We all get together. We love this thing called Utah football. And it really is. It's crazy. I put up a reel of the moment of loudness on KSL Sports Instagram page if you want to go check it out and see kind of what it looks like. But it's a new tradition, but it has the potential to really grow into something special, I think, over the years.
It's truly heartbreaking, yet a truly inspiring story. And I remember talking about the helmets that they had hand painted in honor of these two players for I believe it was the USC game earlier this season, if I'm right. Okay, and I talked about that because I have a segment called the Cool Segment, and I love to talk about uniforms and stuff like that. But this one just meant a lot more. But going back to kind of the performance against this USC Trojan team, it was kind of insane how this team just totally turned around. The Utah Utes, they were able to turn around. They scored 23 points in the fourth quarter alone. How were they able to just take apart this Trojans defense? And I mean, how did they be able to stop them in the first place?
I think it just kind of comes down to patience, and something that quarterback Cam Rising's talked about all season long is having unwavering belief in themselves. He actually brought that up before the first game in Salt Lake against USC after Utah had lost their game to UCLA and kind of knocked themselves out of the playoff conversation. And it just looked like, USC was going to be this very big, powerful team that was going to be really hard for them to handle if they couldn't handle UCLA. And Cam Rising just came out and said, we have to have unwavering belief in ourselves and not listen to what anybody's saying outside of our building. And so, obviously they go on to win that game by a point, and then it's kind of remained a theme for them, I think, throughout the season, having unwavering belief, just not letting bad things get them down, whether it's, losing to Oregon and it's feeling like, okay, well, we just blew our chance at going back to the conference championship game. Well, lo and behold, things worked out and they handled their business to make sure that they still had that opportunity, even though it seemed so crazy that they could even make it into that game because 4 different things had to happen. And then, of course, everybody's already talking about how USC's essentially already won the Pac-12 championship, and Caleb Williams is going to walk away with the Heisman Trophy, and they're going to go on to the college football playoff. And literally no one, it seemed like, was really giving Utah a chance in that game. And so I think there was also just a lot of determination to prove people wrong, to prove to people that, we are good enough to be here and we are the best team in the Pac-12. And I think they did that. Like, yes, the record does not necessarily reflect that, but Utah had to play the harder teams in the Pac-12 this year, whereas USC did not. So, I think there was just more opportunity to trip up on occasion. But at the end of the day, I think they showed and they proved they're probably the most well-balanced team in the Pac-12. And, when they put it all together, they really are a force to be reckoned with. And USC ran headlong into that.
Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports to talk Utah football and their win over USC. And, the big thing here is, you look at the possession with this game. USC actually had the ball a little bit more, not by much, but it was a little bit more. But then you look at the first downs, you look at the third down efficiency, you look at all that stuff. Utah had 25 first downs to USC's 19. They had 5 conversions on third down to USC's 1. Okay, that's special for USC, but it's also not really good for USC. They had still the exact same amount of third downs. But, it just has to feel great for a Utah team to kind of just continue doing what they're doing. They've always just kind of gone off of that upset mentality or just, like, surprising opponents when, they're looked at like underdogs. And, going into this game, USC was talking a lot of trash.
A lot of smack.
So what's like the whole vibe going on in Utah and on the team and all that stuff? Because coming up, you got a bowl game, and you guys are going up against a good old Penn State team. But talk about the vibe that's kind of going around that campus right now.
And there's a lot of excitement. I don't think anybody necessarily expected to be in this position a month ago, and then all of a sudden things just started playing out in Utah's favor. And now, we're looking at this opportunity where Utah has their second Pac-12 championship in 2 years, and they're going to the Rose Bowl back-to-back. And again, like, if you think about, where Utah started, 30 years ago, they were in the WAC conference. So it's just such tremendous growth to be, from this little conference and continually moving your way up to the Mountain West, then to the Pac-12. And kind of throughout these moves, nobody gave Utah a chance ever, really, to become anything or to do anything. But those of us that have been in Salt Lake and kind of, being able to sit back and watch the bricks slowly get built or put up one by one. And it's kind of been a slow process. Everybody else, I think, kind of thinks this happened really fast. It's not. This has been 30-plus years of work to get this football program where it is. And it's kind of crazy that people within the program had a vision for it. Chris Hill, the AD before Mark Harlan took over, really had a plan in place for when and if conference realignment happened and this opportunity to move up to the P5 would happen. And he made sure that Utah was ready for it. It's been very well documented. And just to have the patience to let your coach get his feet under him in this new world. Having 2 5-7 seasons kind of right at the beginning of that transition from the Mountain West to the Pac-12, a lot of coaches would have gone fired after that. And Utah had the foresight to stick with Coach Whittingham and let him get the guys that he need and put the plan in place to become this team. And, ever since 2014, Utah football has not looked back. They've been within the conversation of being the Pac-12 South champs when it was divisions. And then finally in 2018, they got to the conference championship game. And, now it's starting to turn into not only potentially being, the champion year in and year out, but we are starting to hear Utah football talked about in the playoff conversation. And not that they're quite there yet. I think there's still some work to do. And I think winning a Rose Bowl would go a long way to helping with that. But it's just the growth is insane. And so people that have stuck with Utah football for years and years and years and years and years are just absolutely elated at the growth of this program and the new heights that it's reached within the last 3 or 2 years.
Oh, I definitely believe that. And I mean, looking back kind of now, we're looking forward, but also looking back because the Rose Bowl, Utah Utes were in it last year, and they actually put up a pretty good competition against, Ohio State team that is very good. And I mean, now just sitting in the playoff position, which is going to be great for them. But you know what? Who cares? Because, last year, Utah got up to a pretty fast start, but they sadly dropped it. It was 48-45. But now they're going up against a similar kind of opponent in the Penn State Nittany Lions. And before this USC game, okay, we would say, oh, Penn State, Utah. I mean, obviously Utah is going to be the underdog. And now we're looking at it and, like, even with the 3 losses that Utah has, they're actually the guys that have a little bit of the upper hand. So kind of talk about how and also I almost forgot this. Cameron Rising, I know he's wanting that Rose Bowl game. Okay, he's wanting to win one, all right? And this is his second one in a row. And just talk about kind of what you expect from this game coming up and what this team needs to do to just finally just push through to the end and win out the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think it's helpful that in a lot of ways Utah is returning many of the same players from the Rose Bowl team a year before. It's not going to be quite as new to them, and so I think having that expectation of what to expect is going to help them. And it's just I think it's a matter of, continuing to play your game for all 60 minutes. I think the defense is better than it was in a lot of ways last year, especially in the backfield, which seemed to be the biggest problem. Utah had gone through all of their cornerbacks and had one of their running backs making a switch last minute to try and provide bodies on that side of the field. This year, the cornerback room has stayed relatively healthy, and because of having gone through literally everybody in that room, they all have experience. And so, they're a little bit better than they were a year before when they went and played in that game, and I think can make a few more stops than they were able to last year. And then you look at the defensive line and the progression that they made throughout the year. The defensive ends have really grown and improved. And then, of course, you have a guy like Cam Rising, as you mentioned. He was absolutely cooking in that game, going toe-to-toe with C.J. Stroud, which is just absolutely insane to think about, especially when you consider the types of wide receivers that they have compared to Utah. And that's not a knock on Utah's wide receivers. They have good wide receivers too, but just very few people can really boast about the type of talent that's in Ohio State's receiver room. Like there's just very few people that have that kind of talent available to them.
Quick team.
Yeah. So getting knocked out of the game with that concussion, like Cam's going to be very hungry to try and finish it, finish the job, leave his legacy at Utah. He is a guy that is so proud to be a Utah Ute, and it's the funniest thing too because Utah wanted him when he was a freshman, and he kind of said no thank you to Utah and ended up at Texas. And so for him to kind of come full circle around and have found a home at Utah, a place that he didn't really think he wanted to be, his freshman year or going into his freshman year, and to see him have the kind of success that he's had is just very interesting. And it's a cool story. It's cool to watch and see how someone can maybe not have the right opinion of someone, and yet it ends up being like the absolute perfect match in the end. And you have the opportunity to do everything that you wanted to do. It's just a matter of having, again, the belief and the vision to get someone there that hasn't been there before.
Yeah. Great stories from Michelle Bondkin from KSL Sports. And Michelle, that's probably all the time we got for today. I literally was so invested in all that, though. I gotta admit, those were like all of that stuff that you were talking about is truly inspiring. From the tragic deaths that happened, all the way to Cam Rising and how he ended up in the perfect position that he needs to be. And I mean, just this Utah team just overcoming so much diversity. But Michelle, tell the people where they can find you on the socials and online.
Yeah, so you can read my work, listen to my work, view my work on KSLSports.com, or you can go look me up on Twitter and Instagram at Bodkin KSL Sports.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Michelle. Hopefully we can talk about a nice little Utah victory against Penn State in the coming weeks.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's always great conversations with her. I mean, she knows what she's talking about. She's got great insight on that stuff. And you know what? Why do we keep going back to Utah? First off, Bandi likes the Utah Jazz.
That is true.
That's one thing. But also, this team is just, we love the underdog, okay?
They're showing out.
And
like, they're proving everybody wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, as you heard from her stories about this squad, I mean, there's just so much inspiration that comes from them. And you know what? That pumps me up for the rest of this show. That pumps me up. I got to say, I've become a Utah fan in the last few years because of their underdog performances.
Welcome to the club, bud.
Yes, sir. But I ain't going to be a fan of the Utah Jazz, mainly because I'm not a fan of basketball in the first place.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But it's not because I don't like the Utah Jazz. I like them more than any of the other teams in the league. Don't cut me off, Bandi. I thought you were going to cut me off. Either way, guys.
I can't cut you off from here.
I know.
I can't stretch my arm that far.
I thought you learned some new technique or something. You're about to just cut me off like the air. We're just whatever.
The producer tech.
But great stuff by Michelle. Dang
it.
Chad, you better get your butt out of that. No, I'm joking. But either way, good stuff from Michelle Bodkin from KSL Sports. Good stuff, good insight. But, guys, we got a whole rest of the show to get into, and it is wide open. So if you want to join in on any of the conversation, remember, 256-576-4977 is the number to call. You don't go anywhere because you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. Stop into the University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in a Kia. Go Mustangs!
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to a Maniac Monday here in No Man's Land. Welcome to the Afternoon Blitz. I'm Captain Cool, alongside the Bandyman Bailey Lowry. While he's, doing other things, I will say this, guys. This hour has been great. This hour has been wonderful. This has been one of the best hours I think ever. No, I have no idea. It's one of those good hours, though. But you got to know that this hour has been presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys you need to talk to about all your roofing needs. The winter's coming, guys, and I felt it all today, okay? So make sure that roof on top of you, the thing that is keeping you dry, keeping you warm, make sure that thing's got like all the stuff that it needs to have. I don't know about roofing culture, okay, I'll tell you that. I don't know. I know there's shingles. I know there's probably some wood. There's probably some insulation up there. I don't know, but they sure do. So you guys, if you got any problems, you're not calling me. You're talking to Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys that show up and make you show up too, because we learned about that recently. I never knew it, but either way, we had a lot of fun in the first hour talking to Michelle Bondkin. We also went over a few things we're going to talk about in the second hour, kind of like Mystery Relevant, showing out yesterday against the Dolphins for the 49ers. The 49ers, spectacular win against the Dolphins, I'll say that much. I don't want to give too much insight on these matchups because that's what the NFL Rewind's for, but I will talk about the performances that did surprise me. And this guy, I mean, being drafted last, okay? You don't see a lot of those guys. You don't see a lot of mystery relevance actually playing in the NFL. Now, for the 49ers, though, Trey Lance, injury machine, as well as Jimmy G, who's just the most injured quarterback I think ever. You need to have a third string, fourth string that can come in and play some football. And this guy from Iowa State, one Mr. Brock Purdy, he did pretty good. That was pretty. Bailey, are you okay?
Yeah, what was that joke?
I thought it was a pretty good joke. All right. I thought it was a pretty good joke. But either way,
I feel like I had to sneeze, and at the same time, I'm like, what is that pun?
Yeah, either way. More puns to come. Pretty good puns, too. I did
Well, you got your segment next, so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. We got a lot to talk about, as well as the college football bowl games, as well as the playoffs, because why not? But it's all going to start with Mystery Relevant and his story to being a little bit more relevant. You guys, don't go anywhere. Wide open second hour here in No Man's Land, here on the Afternoon Blitz. If you want to call in, 256-576-4977 is where you got to call.
Do it.
Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Attorney Tommy Sinyard on behalf of Sinyard Law, and again proud to be a sponsor of All Things Football here on ESPN Radio. My son Bart and I started our own law firm July 1 and are very proud and excited to be bringing you our 50 years of collective national award-winning injury trial law experience. Check us out on the web, sinyardlaw.com.
Sinyard Law, nationally recognized, locally respected.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on 2 services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
This hour of The Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Captain Cool and the Bandi Man.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Hour number 2 here in No Man's Land. Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. We got a lot to go over, guys, in this second hour, and I am very excited to do it. I'm Captain Cool alongside the Bandi Man. And if you want to find us online, you can find us at Twitter at @TheBlitz_sports, as well as the Twitch and YouTube at WZZN-TV, where you can stream us live. Don't do that while you're driving. That's what the app is for. I tell you guys many times, it's probably what happened to the guy that was in the accident today. I'll say that. Is that too soon? I don't think he's listening. He might be. Who knows? He could be a fan.
He could be.
Either way, he's probably at the hospital right now. But you know what? If he was, I will say this, sir. You better just get the app. The Blitz Sports Radio is on Apple and Android devices, as well as our sister station, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And Bandi, I'm going to go into something super cool right off the bat.
Oh, really?
I'm talking about one little Christmas party that's coming up.
Oh.
Yeah. At Flow Trampoline Park.
Do we want to set up the music for this?
No. This is just me telling you about this awesome Christmas party that ESPN The Zone is having. 97.7 ESPN The Zone, by the way. And it is presented by Talent Heating and Air. And we're going to have some good food from, what is it, Bubby's Diner?
Bubby's Diner.
Oh, my gosh, I can't wait. I bet they have some good chicken?
Now, I remember when the Tom went there to do one of his shows in the early morning. He got a brunch, or it was like breakfast or brunch.
Yeah.
And my goodness, the amount of food that was on that plate.
Jeez.
For one, it was gigantic and it looked delicious.
Ooh, don't talk about it right now, okay? Because I will get hungry and I will be sleeping during your segment because of the starvation that I will be ensuing. But I will say this. I'm looking forward to every single part of it because we have some great people who are helping sponsor the event. We are having great people that are going to show up. And you know what? All the toys that you guys bring will go to Toys for Tots for the kids that don't really get them every single year, or maybe just don't get anything
Exactly.
any year.
Exactly. And the best part is, all you got to do is just bring one toy and you get in.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
And you can play golf. We're going to play putt-putt golf. You can play putt-putt golf with Captain Cool and the Bandi Man. Probably Chad as well. Chad, are you gonna try and do some golf? You working on your game?
Chad, thumbs up or down for golf? Thumbs up for golf. He's in.
All right, I was looking at the stream waiting for it, and I forget how lagged that is. But either way, I'm very excited for it. Me and Bandy probably going to be playing basketball. I will show you how many backflips I can do in a row because after I was able to get past that mental block, Bandy, backflips are pretty easy.
See, I can't do a backflip at all. Front flips I can do, and on the basketball court, I'll be in it. If I can actually jump pretty high off the court,
yeah,
I'll be good.
Yeah. Hey, will you let me teach you how to do a backflip, Bandy?
Sure.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I forgot what else I was supposed to show you something, and you were supposed to make a paper airplane last week. That's what I was thinking about. We were supposed to get a video of that.
But I mean, that was the same day we got the JoJo's trailer.
That is true. Yeah.
So we completely forgot about it.
Chad, I don't know if he can hear me right now. Tell Chad this, Bandy. You can mute yourself if you need to. Tell him to remind us that you need to make a paper airplane because if you guys don't know, the Bandy Man has not made a paper airplane in his life.
Like, never have.
It's crazy. So, Chad, remind us so we can get a video for that for the people on the Twitter and the Facebook. That'll be hilarious.
I mean, I just never learned how.
I'll teach you. He can teach you. We'll all teach you. We'll teach you different styles and everything.
I missed that part of my childhood.
Yeah. I just kind of did it. It was either that or I was just rolling up little tubular things that my teachers always thought, why are you rolling doobies? And I was like, what is that?
See, I was always flipping my pencil.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I annoyed the crap out of my teachers with that.
I used to just do this. I never knew how to flip my pencil like an anime character, Let me see what you got. You got.
See, I wouldn't flip it like in my hand. I'd literally just do this.
Oh, that would annoy, That would annoy.
Yeah, I would just annoy the crap out of people with it.
Again, we're doing some type of vlog stuff right now. Did you ever receive an injury in your school days? Any of your school days?
Never did.
Really?
Well, actually...
Just like anything. It could have been like a little cut on the arm or something like that.
Okay, well, I actually did get hurt twice, and they were both on my birthday.
Oh.
On my 10th birthday, I remember getting a concussion during a little league game.
Wow.
Yeah. I had to get taken off, and then I was just kind of wobbling on the bench, and my dad was the coach. And my mom comes over. It's like, maybe we should probably take him over to the hospital. My dad's like, nah, he's fine. He'll walk it off. And I'm just wobbling out to second base, kind of end up, it's like, yeah, no, we're going to the hospital.
Yeah.
We're going there.
I'd like to see Coach Lowry out there. That'd be hilarious. I will say. I had a pretty aggressive coach, but I don't know why I brought this up because it was from, you talking about flicking your pencil up in the air. Because one time, I used to be able to catch just like markers out of the air super easy and stuff like that. One time, I told somebody threw a pencil at me and I went to catch it. And if you're watching the stream, you'll get to see this awesome description right here. I caught it. I'm not going to get in front of the mic, but I caught it like this, okay?
Okay.
Hands, it made it look like an H. The pencil was out. It was a normal pencil, and it sliced my hand a little bit open, so you could kind of see inside of it. It was terrible. It was probably the worst injury I received. Yeah, I'd say in school. In school, yeah.
I like to think that's why I stopped playing baseball.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, didn't really like batting.
No, yeah, you get hit in the head a few times. I remember getting hit in the head.
It's really like you get pegged once, like in little league, and then you never want to be at bat ever again.
It always scared me. I will say that.
Same here.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
That's like golf was a lot calmer.
So then I moved to football, and I just concussions every single day, everybody.
Yeah, it's like golf was a lot calmer. Then I'm like, oh, well, now I can't blame other people.
Yeah, that is true.
I can only blame myself now.
But guys, we got a lot to talk about with the cool segment, and that was just a little bit of fun we could have. So Chad, don't move anywhere. Sit down. Okay, I'm looking at the stream, so you're probably already sitting down. But this is why we can't do this if Bandy was over there, because our cues would be way off. So I appreciate all the help. But we got talked about Mr. Irrelevant and what he did in the Dolphins game yesterday, and also we're gonna get into some bowl game action. So that's all coming up on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
Hot So hot in here. That's a spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball.
So it's time to cool down with Captain Cool.
Oh, yeah.
You know what cool is? You're looking at.
That's right. All right. Let me tell you guys. It's now long-awaited wait, I guess. Now, this season has been full of a lot of quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks in specific, getting their first starts, okay, for their respective teams, okay? We got to see Bailey Zappi get a few dubs with the Patriots. We got to see Malik Willis. He had a little bit of fun filling in for one Mr. Ryan Tannehill on the Titans. Sam Ehlinger nearly stole Matt Ryan's job, and Kenny Pickett has taken over for the Steelers. But let's check out how the 49ers are doing at the QB position, because Trey Lance is out for the season, so...
Yep.
Okay.
No luck there.
Yeah. Jimmy G, believe it or not,
out for the foreseeable future.
He's got broken foot. I don't even know how that happens. What part of his foot's broken? I just imagine like the middle piece of his foot just... I don't know exactly. It looked bad. I'll say that. But either way, Jimmy G's out, okay? And I'm a believer of Jimmy G, okay? I think Jimmy G's a pretty good player. I just think he can't stay on the field, okay? But holy crap. Who's left to play if you lose two starting quarterbacks pretty much right off the bat? I mean, Jimmy he's a good enough player to be a starting quarterback for a team, okay? Maybe it's not the 49ers. Maybe it's somebody else.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, on the other hand, I haven't seen enough of him to actually give in to the Trey Lance hype. I know you probably feel the same way, Bandi.
Yeah.
Okay. But that just leaves one guy, and that's the 262nd pick in last year's draft out of Iowa State, Brock Purdy. First off, okay, the guy's name's Brock, so that's freaking cool. Second off, okay, he's mystery relevant. And third off, he went to Iowa State and absolutely balled out. Okay, he was a spectacular player in college. And you know what? He's bringing it to the NFL, okay? You wouldn't think so, but I mean, this is going to be good, all right? This man came in at the beginning of the game against an amazing Dolphins squad and just completely tore them apart. And I mean, this kid, the way he throws the ball out of the pocket, he gets it. It took him a little bit to get comfortable, okay? But the way he was just instant snap, probably took him like 2 seconds at most to just chuck the ball to his wide receivers, to his running backs, to Christian McCaffrey. He scored 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdown passes in his first game. He did throw 1 interception, but you guys can't blame him. I mean, he's a young guy, okay? Born in 1999. He's literally my age.
Yeah, but I mean, what was good about him, too, is that despite being the third string, it still showed that he was ready to come on the field at any moment.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
He was still in the back studying the plays, like doing the work as what was needed of an NFL caliber quarterback, and it showed on the field.
Yeah, and it was amazing. And then, I mean, you could look over on the other side and say, hey, Tua wasn't having the best of games. He went 18 for 33. He had almost 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 interceptions. You look over at this other team, number 13, Brock Purdy. 25 for 37. All right, pretty good. 210 yards passing. All right. 2 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah.
Being able to hold your own against a Dolphins defense that has been just pretty spectacular throughout the year.
And not even hold your own, like flat out beat them.
Yeah, 33-17. Way
almost double their score.
Yeah, way past the betting line that was going on. And I got to say, Christian McCaffrey helped out Purdy immensely because he was always there. He was always where he needed him to be. And then obviously his tight ends helped out a lot. You know, he had the blocking from his line, but he didn't even need that because he's so quick with the passes. That's something, if he can keep that up, because that just the throw speed, throw timing, being in the pocket, if you can get the ball out quick, you're going to be the next Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I thought you had something to say over there, Bandi. You were like, oh, I got something. And he also tried to run the ball 4 times, and he was he had negative -1 yards. Either way, he averaged negative -0.2 yards. Yeah, it's really cool to see. I mean, you don't expect just the players like this, mystery relevant, to be relevant like he was, because now he's shown up. Third string quarterback gets a chance, and he shows up, does what he needs to do. Who knows? He might be the next starting quarterback for this 49 team, and I don't want to say that crazy because I know I sound crazy.
I mean, he's going to be probably for the foreseeable future until
he will.
Yeah, until Jimmy Garoppolo comes back.
He's out for the season.
Oh, he's out for the season. He's done.
He's out for the season with a broken foot.
Oh, I just saw he had the broken foot. I didn't know he was done.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
Okay, so he's going to ride out this 49ers team until the end of the year.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I mean, this is his chance. So, and I think starting out for his first game, beating a pretty good Dolphins team.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like you said, you can say Tua had his off days. Like, he had his off day. didn't play well, all of that. But he saw his chance, and he took it.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, you look at Jimmy Garoppolo's stats, and, I mean, he's been playing in this league since 2014. He started with the Patriots, had 3 years with them, and then ever since he's been on the 49ers, 2017 to now. I mean, people like to just crap on him because, he's out a lot of the times for injuries and stuff like that. But this season alone, he has a completion rate 67.2, okay?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I mean, the closest he ever got to that was back his first year when he had, I think, like 2 or 3 passes. He had like a 70%. But 67.2%. He has 2,437 yards, 16 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions with a QBR of 103.0.
Not bad.
People looking past this Jimmy G fella, I think, hey, this guy's a little special. Maybe the Browns should have picked him up. They should have. They didn't. I'll have plenty to talk about the Browns and their Deshaun Watson fun tomorrow on the NFL Rewind. But it's just good to see, Brock Purdy actually doing some stuff. I mean, I'll have to look up last time Mystery Relevant actually played. No, I'm not going to look that up now. I'll look it up some other time. Maybe we'll do a top 10 Mystery Relevance. That'd be cool. Maybe
top 10 Mystery Relevance.
Yeah, I mean, why not? 262nd in 7th round. Man was able to beat the Dolphins. Okay? Starting performance, pretty much, by him. Either way, we got to move on because bowl game season is here. Everybody's going bowling. There's so many bowl games now. You have to pretty much go even to get into a bowl game. So let's look at all of the bowl games that we got coming up, and we'll talk about the dates as well so you guys know which game is coming up for you to watch. The Bahamas Bowl. Bandi, let's whatever a weird name.
The Bahamas Bowl?
Yeah, Bahamas Bowl. This one's been around for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Miami, Ohio versus Alabama, Birmingham.
Okay.
I don't know how any of these, like, the smaller teams are doing this season, okay? Miami, Ohio, have no idea. I haven't even seen a snap by them. UAB, on the other hand, hey, it's UAB. They did pretty decent.
I mean, they were hanging with LSU for a bit there in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they did stuff. I think UAB is going to win this one. I don't think we're going to, rate all of these and who's going to win them. But you know what? I'm just going to throw out UAB.
Okay.
ESPN, that's where you guys can watch it. Moving on, the Cure Bowl. Never heard of it. Maybe
Cure
I have.
Bowl.
I don't know. Maybe they changed the name. But number 24, Troy, is going up against number 25, UTSA, which we've seen a lot of UTSA because Army football going up against UTSA like week 3. And I got to say, UTSA is a pretty good team.
They are pretty dang good.
I expect UTSA to upset the Trojans of Troy, which, you know what? I don't care. We may be in Alabama doing this radio show, but you know what? I have no connections to Troy in any way.
Chad does.
Jinx.
Nope.
Yeah, the head coach is a Grissom grad.
Oh, that is
I will
true,
say
yes,
that.
yeah.
UTSA for the win. I just had to say it a little bit quieter so you wouldn't hear me.
I don't know. I think Troy's going to handle it.
Okay.
They got the run defense to handle UTSA.
All right, moving on. The Fenway Bowl.
Fenway.
Yeah, I guess this one's at Fenway Park in Boston. Either way, Cincinnati's going up against Louisville or Louisville, if you want to be weird. That's going to be going on 11 a.m. on ESPN. The Celebration Bowl, Jackson State versus NC Central. That's going to be on ABC at 12 o'clock at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The New Mexico Bowl. There's just so many.
There's so many bowls.
They're so random, too. SMU going up against BYU. I think BYU will have this one. It's on ESPN. That's at 2:15. And these are, by the way, these are all December 16th, by the way.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to find some good ones, like before New Year's.
Yeah. December 17th was the Fenway Bowl, Celebration Bowl, and the New Mexico Bowl, as well as the L.A. Bowl.
The L.A. Bowl?
I don't know. Washington State versus Fresno State, 3:30 on ABC.
Hey, we will have, this is before New Year's. Looks like on, December 30th, though.
Yeah.
Like, way ahead. Notre Dame, South Carolina for the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
Oh, we'll get to those ones, okay? The Lending Tree Bowl.
The Lending Tree?
Lending Tree. It's a company, I guess. It's a business or something. Rice versus Southern Mississippi. I don't know. Again, these are just like, they literally give bowl games to everybody. So, I mean, that's what you're fighting for. Have fun with that. The Las Vegas Bowl. Oregon State, number 14 in the country.
Get a Blitz Sports Network Bowl.
Going to Florida. Okay, they're going up against Florida. I don't understand where this makes sense. Las Vegas Bowl, a top-ranked team in number 14 Oregon State going up against Florida. Is it just because they're in the SEC they get this? I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Maybe it chooses like a SEC team and mix it in with Pac-12. I have no idea. The Frisco Bowl, Boise State versus North Texas, which I think Boise State lost their Mid-Atlantic Bowl. I think they lost at home because they're that I think it was the MAC Bowl. Is that what it's called?
The MAC Bowl?
Is it called? No, the MAC Championship. Sorry, I was just saying so many bowls.
Oh, you mean like the Mountain West?
Yeah.
Yeah, against Fresno State.
Yeah, they lost, didn't they?
Yeah, 28-16.
Yeah, didn't expect it, but it happened. That sucks because they have to play that on their own stadium and they just lose, like that. It's terrible.
Yeah.
December
on that obnoxious field.
Yeah, and then December 19th. This one's funny. The Dirty Myrtle Bowl.
Dirty Myrtle Bowl.
It's the Myrtle Beach Bowl, Bandy. We gotta go. Oh, where's a football field? Okay, I guess it's in Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, where Marshall's going up against UConn. I can tell you this much: I don't think a lot of people are gonna be at that game.
I mean, it's a beautiful place.
We should go though, Myrtle Beach. We should go. I don't want to go. I have stories from Myrtle Beach. I got like
stories.
I have like I went to the worst hotel in the worst block of Myrtle Beach, and from there on, it's always Dirty Myrtle.
They played one of my favorite golf courses down there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
It was beautiful.
Oh. Don't go to some sketchy hotel. If you're gonna go to Myrtle Beach, spend some money. I'll tell you that. Tuesday, December 20th, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Eesh.
Idaho Potato Bowl.
Famous. It's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Eastern Michigan versus San Jose State. Then we got the Boca Raton Bowl. Never heard of that one. Liberty versus Toledo on ESPN, 7:30. It's at FAU Stadium in Florida. Then now we're talking. We're getting to the good ones, okay?
And now we're talking.
Okay, Wednesday, December 21st. We're getting close to Christmas. The New Orleans Bowl, South Alabama versus Western Kentucky. I have a little bit of, there's a little stories I have about the New Orleans Bowl. My brother used to coach, he used to be an assistant coach for Middle Tennessee whenever they went, and I forgot who they beat exactly. But I know they won, and he got a ring from it, so that's pretty cool. Then December 22nd, the Armed Forces Bowl, Baylor versus Air Force, of course. It's got to have one, team like that in there. Sorry. The 23rd of December, what the heck is this? The Gasparilla Bowl. Wake Forest versus Missouri. Missouri made a bowl, Bandy. Could you
Let's
believe
go.
it? It's like, where's Vanderbilt here?
Where's Texas A&M?
We'll find them. Independence Bowl, I don't think we actually will. I mean, Texas A&M didn't win enough games. Houston versus Louisiana. Good stuff. The Hawaii Bowl is going to be Middle Tennessee State versus San Diego State. Now, this is one that I'd rather go to because it is in Hawaii, so you actually get to go to Hawaii. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd fight for that. Either way, they're going up against San Diego State. Good for Middle Tennessee. 8 p.m. ESPN. Then on the 26th, the day after Christmas, the Quick Lane Bowl, Bowling Green versus New Mexico State. The 27th, First Responder Bowl, Memphis versus Utah State. Holy crap, there are so many of these, Bandy.
There's so many.
I'm not going through all of these.
I don't see. That's why I skipped to the 30th. I'm like, I was like,
Sheesh.
I don't think you realize how many bowls there actually were.
I didn't know how many bowls. Okay, yeah. Sun Bowl, 18 UCLA going against Pitt. Duke's Mayo Bowl, number 23 NC State versus Maryland. Orange Bowl. These are all the 30th of December. Number 6 Tennessee versus number 7 Clemson. I think it'd be hilarious if Tennessee wore their orange helmets again. They would look exactly like Clemson. It's literally the Orange Bowl. Everybody's orange in that game. Okay. The Alamo Bowl, number 12 Washington versus number 20 Texas. The Cheez-It Bowl, number 13 Florida State versus Oklahoma. Spencer Rattler and all that guy does. Pinstripe Bowl, I have to say this one because it's Minnesota versus Syracuse. I wonder what Syracuse is going to throw out there. The Holiday Bowl, Oregon, number 15 versus North Carolina. Should be a good one. I didn't know the Liberty Bowl was even in Tennessee, but it's in Memphis. That would be probably the last one that I'd want to go to.
The last one?
I don't want to go Memphis, man. I'm not going out.
What about the Texas Bowl?
I'm fine with going to Texas. Is it in Texas?
I mean, it is.
Okay, that's what I'd fine going to Texas. I just don't want to go to Memphis. That's the thing. Did I say Gator Bowl? Yeah, you said the Gator Bowl. Okay. Then the Arizona Bowl, Ohio versus. Okay, now we're back into stupid teams. Now, this is where it gets real. The Fiesta Bowl, college football playoff semifinals, number 2 Michigan versus number 3 TCU. Bandy, I'm thinking Michigan's going to take this time.
Michigan's gonna destroy TCU. Yeah. I don't think TCU is gonna hold a candle to anyone in the college football playoff.
We might see a little bit. Okay.
Maybe Ohio State.
I think it might be like 35-21 in this game. I'm just saying.
The way Michigan's been playing, I don't know.
Michigan's got a good defense. Okay.
But then again, they're gonna. I mean, imagine if they were playing Georgia.
Yeah. No, they would lose.
If they were playing Georgia, it'd be nothing. But I think Georgia's just gonna absolutely just
decimate.
It's like Ohio State went from losing to Michigan at home to now just gonna absolutely get rocked by Georgia in Atlanta.
Yeah. Speak about talking about a rough last few games. Ohio State's gonna go up against Georgia, and I will say this: Ohio State's better than TCU. They're not better than Michigan. Obviously, we've seen that. So either way, Ohio State's gonna lose one of these games. Okay, it doesn't really matter. They're not gonna make it. TCU's not gonna make it. So it's gonna be Michigan and Georgia, and I think Georgia's gonna easily handle Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, this is Georgia. I feel like this is Georgia's national championship to lose.
I know, it really is.
It's up to them. I think if they're gonna lose a game, it's gonna be on them.
Yeah, and then the Sugar Bowl, number 5 Alabama, has to go up against Kansas State.
We got it.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed. I'm thinking how I want to know how bad Alabama's actually going to beat this Kansas State team, okay? Because Nick Saban's like, dude, we were supposed to go to the national championship, and now we kind of feel like we've been, we've
been duped.
Yeah, we've been duped. That's a better word than
bamboozled.
Yeah. And I think he's going to just tear this Kansas State team apart. And you know what? I would like to see a little bit of fight from Kansas State, but I just don't see it, guys. Kansas State beating TCU. Like, are you kidding me? And then Alabama's not in. I don't want to be – I'm not a fanboy. I mean, I am a fan. But I'm not going to be a fanboy and say, oh, yeah, they should have been in or Alabama should have been in the playoffs. They literally should have been, okay?
Yeah. I'd say, I mean, always, but TCU, I feel like, deserve to get in. Like, I mean, I agree with that win undefeated in the regular season. Ohio State, though, losing by that much at home against your rival compared to Alabama losing – 2 games by a combined 4 points.
Yeah. They lost to LSU though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They lost to LSU.
That's the kicker.
I just wanted to see Georgia and Alabama. That's always the best game of the season, okay? And then I don't care about the rest. Speaking of LSU, they're going to be going to the Citrus Bowl against Purdue. So fun for them. Either way, Utah versus Penn State's going to be probably the most anticipated bowl game for me because I love the Rose Bowl.
Iowa, Kentucky would be pretty good too.
Have fun watching that, Bandi.
Hey, I will say, don't sleep on it.
All right, I won't sleep on it. I'll watch the highlights, though, after it's done. It'll probably be a 5-minute long highlight film because there'll be like 2 touchdowns. That's about it. All right.
You're going to get more entertainment out of that than any Denver Broncos game, though.
That is true, okay? That team trash, man. That team terrible. The defense is spectacular.
It's still, why do I torture myself with watching those games sometimes? Because I'll just tune in, like, you know what? Maybe this week, because it's Lamar Jackson. I have him on my fantasy team. Maybe this week it'll be an entertaining game.
Yeah.
It will be like maybe Lamar will put up like a pretty good stat line and like it'll actually be a good game to watch. It was so boring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
And this comes down like I saw that graph. It's like if Denver would just score 18 points a game, if they just scored 18 points a game, they'd be like 11-1 or something.
It's such a waste of season for them.
Or
They
like-
just can't do anything
or
on
like
offense.
10-1.
They can't do anything on offense. And you know what's crazy? Since you brought up fantasy, I want you to know I went up against Tom, and I toe-to-toe with him, okay? He still has one more player, though. So I've definitely lost that game. But I will say I did a pretty good job against him. Do you know how many points the Cleveland Browns defense scored?
How many?
Just take a guess.
0?
No, take a guess. Because nobody had him, by the way. Nobody had
him.
Nobody has the Cleveland Browns defense.
Oh, so it's going to be high. 12 points?
32 points.
32?
Against the Texans. I got a lot more to talk about when it comes to that stuff. But either way, we got to hop into a break.
Lamar Jackson had 1.3.
Oh, that was worse than Deshaun Watson's 5.
Well, it's because he got hurt.
Yeah, he did. Either way, hey, you know what? Huntley came in and did pretty good. I think that's the guy's name. I forgot the guy.
At least I got Dak Prescott.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, we're going to hop into a break. When we come back, the E-Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man, we got a lot to get into, and I'm very much excited because we got some fighting game news to talk about. That's all coming up on the E-Play-by-Play.
The Blitz has been called.
Champy's Famous Fried Chicken started in Chattanooga, but the history of the fried chicken, hand-rolled Mississippi Delta tamales, and comfort food sides started decades before. Champy's Famous Fried Chicken is made from an old family recipe from down in the Delta, and everything is fresh and homemade, including all of the sides and desserts. Come visit Champy's Famous Fried Chicken. You'll find it's the best fried chicken and hand-rolled tamales you've ever had. On Madison Boulevard in the old Bison's location in the Publix Plaza with 22 taps in the full-service bar and 2 outdoor patios. See ya at Champy's.
New Year's Eve in Nashville has a new twist this year.
Touchdown, right up the middle, 45 yards.
The 25th annual Trans Perfect Music City Bowl is Saturday, December 31st at 11 a.m.
Still on his feet, touchdown!
Get your ticket to the biggest party in Nashville as the Iowa Hawkeyes and Kentucky Wildcats square off at Nissan Stadium. For more information on this year's game, including ticket availability, visit MusicCityBowl.com. Presented by the Tennessee Lottery.
What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com. Champy's Famous Fried Chicken started in Chattanooga, but the history of the fried chicken, hand-rolled Mississippi Delta tamales, and comfort food sides started decades before. Champy's Famous Fried Chicken is made from an old family recipe from down in the Delta, and everything is fresh and homemade, including all of the sides and desserts. Come visit Champy's Famous Fried Chicken. You'll find it's the best fried chicken and hand-rolled tamales you've ever had. On Madison Boulevard in the old Bison's location in the Publix Plaza with 22 taps in the full-service bar and 2 outdoor patios. See ya at Champy's.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
The Blitz has been called.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz. I love coming back to that song. Turn Captain Cool on. I know he was trying to respond. See, that's the thing. We have the power over here.
That scares me. You saying that scares me. Chad, you scare me. Bandi, you scare me.
But I love coming back to that song, just feeding into that intro. But before we get into the E play-by-play, I'd like to remind you that this hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, where you can get the best cars
for the best prices.
For the best deals.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Did I mess that up?
No, I think I messed that up either way.
Did I get the order wrong? Whatever. You know what? Go to Woody Anderson Ford if you want to get all the best cars.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, my script says Woody Anderson Ford, the best place to get the best vehicles. Yeah, there you go. Because I
forgot the place.
Their place, the Woody Anderson Ford's little area, they do everything. Let me tell you, the service area is beautiful. Where they have like the desks all in the middle of wherever you pull your car up. It is awesome. It is so cool. They have really cool fans that don't have any like. It doesn't have an actual fan to it. It just like blows. It's one of those ones that you can put your hand through. You know.
Yeah.
You know those ones? Those ones are cool. And, I mean, Bobby White and his crew is going to set you up with an awesome car. Whether it's used or branded new, guys. Christmas is coming up. Get a used vehicle for your child, or maybe just get a brand new Ford Mustang for the lady. Because I know, hey, women driving Mustangs, it's very attractive. Not to me, but I know to many people it definitely is. And you know how we are. We do this show not just for the kids, but for the moms as well.
And for the children.
Kids and children, I kind of put them in the same group, Bandi.
I forgot you said for the kids.
But you know what, the dads?
You know what?
We set you up with a good little thing. Woody Anderson Ford, guys. Go check them out. Bandi, it's up to you now.
All right, now that we're through that, we got some good video game news today. We got finally another first-hand look at Project L, the fighting game coming from Riot, the creators behind League of Legends and Valorant, and it's going to be focused, it looks like, around Arcane, kind of like that Arcane-centric style.
Ooh.
Modern Warfare 2 got leaked. We got new leaks.
Okay, I was like, huh?
Because you know what? You know how I said I really want different maps to be remade?
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to have another one of those maps coming with Season 2, as well as the return of a new mode.
Awesome.
Or not the return of a new mode, the return of a fan favorite.
Okay, I totally forgot about the Battle Pass. When does the first season end?
First season ends, I believe, December 14th. I need to look that up again.
Oh, jeez.
But it's going to be around there.
I'm going to need to buy that Battle Pass. Because I don't know how far I am through it. I don't exactly understand it.
Have you not been spending your tokens?
You're supposed to spend the tokens? Bandi, I have
Bro, that's the whole point of the Battle Pass. You spend the tokens. You spend the tokens to get the rewards.
I asked Summer, what are these tokens? Are they for the XP? Do they give you XP? I've got like 36 tokens. I don't exactly know what it's for. Bandi, you gotta show me, man, because I have no idea, man. I'm scared. I'm rushing now. I have to get home.
Okay, you know what? I'll tell you all about it though. Coming up here on the E play-by-play.
Time to catch up on esports with E Play-by-Play with the Bandi Man.
Okay, first off, a couple quick little stories I just want to throw in there. Look, Callisto Protocol came out, and so far the reviews have been a little middle of the road, around the 7 to 8 mark, and then some dipping as low as like the 5.
Jeez.
Because performance on PC has been pretty atrocious. I've heard on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, it's been fine. Xbox has its own myriad of issues that I don't have enough time to get into.
Yeah.
But the big thing is on PC, it's not really working, but they have released a patch now, so hopefully the stability is a lot better. Because for one, I'm disappointed it wasn't coming out on Game Pass day one, because I could have sworn when that got announced, I saw it in the marketing that it was coming out day one on Game Pass. I could have sworn I saw it in like one of the first trailers. But you know what? I was wrong, and now I'm just waiting to make sure that it's stable and working on PC before I hop into it. Because, man, I'm so excited, too. I've heard it's really good. I've heard it's really good once you just look past the performance issues. Kind of like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but that's a little too much for me. I mean, I get, like, stuttering issues, but not entire areas of the map just failing to load in.
Yeah.
That's a little different. And you know what? Sifu, the action-adventure single-player game that's nominated for Fighting Game of the Year at the Game Awards, is actually going to get a live film adaptation.
Oh.
It has been announced with John Wick creator Derek Kolstad behind the wheel. So, I mean, have you ever heard of Sifu?
So, I think I've heard of it. Let me refresh my memory real quick, because what?
It's got a cool little cel-shaded style. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Valorant art style.
Yeah.
But what it is, it's like you play as like a martial artist and you're trying to go through a story, but every time you fail a level or something, you get like 1 year older.
Yeah.
And then you take that experience with you.
Okay.
To the next run.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've definitely seen this game because I know it did amazing. It got like 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, just all across the board.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, a live film adaptation, again, with the guy who created John Wick.
It's going to be a bloody mess.
That's going to be cool. Maybe Keanu Reeves will be in it. Maybe he'll play Sifu.
Honestly, if we're looking at this guy, it looks like
Jason Statham.
It looks like Keanu Reeves was made for this role.
It kind of does, really. Like the young Sifu look. I could see Keanu Reeves pulling it off.
Yeah, if it's American adaptation. Now, if you want to go like realistic with it, I mean, go based off of the game. Obviously, this guy is Asian. All right, he might be. Is he Japanese?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I've never played Sifu.
I think he's Japanese. Maybe. I'm not gonna say anything. All right, but still. But either way, like you either get a good Asian actor, or you get maybe Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves has the long hair. He's got the beard. I mean, just go for it.
Yeah. Now, what I don't get though. Actually, what was it? What was I gonna bring? It's oh yeah. Again, single player action adventure game. Why is it nominated for Fighting Game of the Year? I don't get it.
Yeah.
It just kind of confused me ever since I saw the nomination. But you know what? Maybe we'll get a couple votes.
Yeah. Should.
But Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Star Wars Jedi Knight, or what? God, what was it? Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I was about to say
Jedi
it.
Fallen Order. Yeah, I even downloaded it from EA Play, thanks to Game Pass.
Nice.
And you know what? Thoroughly enjoyed it so far.
Good.
Very fun. But this is going to be the sequel, and it's confirmed for the Game Awards as new key art has been revealed, as well as a potential release date for March 13th of next year. It was leaked on the Steam page that the release date would be set for March 13th. So we might get a trailer. Actually, no, excuse me, March 15th. March 15th. So the anticipated trailer for the Game Awards is that we're finally going to see gameplay of it, as well as it's going to show off and confirm that March 15th release date. I'm excited because Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order bringing a new kind of life to the Star Wars franchise and giving maybe new people who wouldn't experience the franchise otherwise maybe a new way to get into it.
Yeah, for sure. And I really like where they're going with these games because it's like it's similar to the old, single player games that they did based off the movies, except for now we get so many new stories that just include the Star Wars universe, and we get to kind of look back on these characters, and it just adds on to being like you can put these guys into the Star Wars universe because it's all canon. It's super cool actually how it goes down.
Now, moving on to a little bit of the bigger stories. Warzone 2. So its first season of content and potentially its second season of content has been a little bit of it's been leaked. And one of them is a remake of the map Castle from World at War.
Okay.
The multiplayer map. One of my personal favorite maps. And I believe it was also remade in Vanguard. But again, never touched Vanguard because I heard the zombies was trash. I later saw it and was confirmed right. Heard the campaign wasn't that good either.
Right.
Never touched the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But all of the 10 attachment guns in Warzone made me not want to touch it at all. But a Castle remake, again, cool map to bring back, and I'm glad it is giving more love to some of those maybe underrepresented maps from the past games.
Of course.
And it's slated, it looks like the first season of content is slated to drop potentially December 14th. Offering a new multiplayer map, a new weapon, and more. Season 2 of Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 is currently scheduled to begin around February 1st.
Okay.
According to the in-game countdown timer on the Season 1 Battle Pass. I mean, you got plenty of time.
Okay, good. All right. I was about to say, I was like,
yeah, you got plenty of time.
I didn't know. I think I've used the tokens for like a few things on accident because now looking back on it, I've definitely dabbled into the thing with all the free content you can get.
Yeah.
But I haven't gone too far because, I mean, I have like, what did I say, like 37 coins or 37 tokens, which, again,
you can probably get pretty far in the Battle Pass, though.
I probably could push myself a little farther. But, I mean, again, how far can you go, in the free realm of things? Because I don't know exactly how it's all set up to be, with the paywall. I know if I need to, I will spend the $10 to get, like, all the stuff that I need, especially if I've got it all maxed out.
I mean, see, what's good is that with Call of Duty, they do it the smart way, in that they offer premium currency in their Battle Pass.
Okay.
So that way, if you grind the game enough and you get far enough in the Battle Pass, you can get enough currency to buy the premium pass for free.
That's always amazing. I know Halo has started to do that as well. In their first season, they didn't do any of that. I leveled it all the way out, and then I had to buy the second one. And now, you get to level up throughout it, and you get to get the currency so you can buy it in the future. I think I've got enough for it. But, I mean, really looking at Call of Duty right now and seeing that we're getting yet another map on the 14th, you said?
Yep.
I feel spoiled only because it's like with Halo, we've gotten like I think 2 maps since the game has begun.
Oh, no.
And that was like a year ago.
Well, didn't y'all just get Forge?
But now we did get Forge, and now it leaves up to all of the people in the community to create the maps, which is awesome. But I
feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out, just Forge mode as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, not what they're doing, just as a whole.
Yeah.
It's like, we've only released 2 official maps, but here's Forge mode. Y'all make your own maps.
And
there you go. Infinite content.
And that's
it's like, it's great, but...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. It's literally infinite.
It should have been
content.
here. It should have been here at launch.
It should have. But either way, I'm still happy with it. I wish that I could get back into the game, but I've been on that Call of Duty. That's what happens whenever your game doesn't do it. I dedicated myself to that Halo Infinite game. Okay, I played way more than I played of Call of Duty with that game. I played a year's worth. Just imagine if I kept that same love for Call of Duty as I did for Halo Infinite for the rest of this year. Okay?
Because what I like what Call of Duty is actually going to be, it looks like they're pushing toward with their Battle Pass system, and that what they do is that I want them to start prioritizing keeping a consistent player base over microtransactions.
Of course.
Like, the bundles and the blueprints are cool. Like, don't get me wrong. And, like, the crossovers that they do and collaborations with other companies, like, it's really cool what they do. But, like, offering more ways to maybe get premium currency within the Battle Pass, or, like, maybe more unique challenges that offer that maybe want to entice players to maybe try a variety of modes. Like, just giving them a way to just keep refreshing that Battle Pass too for free. Like, it's like, oh, if I keep playing and I keep doing these challenges and I keep, like, actually grinding the game and getting better, I can keep renewing the Battle Pass each season, so I'm not missing out on content, and it gives me a reason to keep playing.
Yeah, and I mean,
And therefore, when you release a really cool bundle, because I've kept up with the game and I like how the game is and I want to keep supporting the game, I'll maybe be more inclined to spend money toward that bundle. Instead of, just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah, just like having to, grab that money and, throw it at them instead of, because being able to, first off, you have to buy this type of multiplayer, okay? You have to buy the main multiplayer, and then you get Warzone and DMZ for free, which is awesome. I think that's great, okay? Halo, it's doing a similar thing where the multiplayer is completely free, okay? That's awesome. I know they're going to add Battle Royale in the future. They're going to add a lot of cool stuff, but it's like,
was that Battle Royale thing confirmed?
They're going to make a Battle Royale, yeah.
They're going to make it?
Yeah, at one point, I forgot exactly when it's coming, but I know it's not anytime soon, Bailey. Not anytime soon.
Hey, at the very least, though, it is cool that the campaign's offered through Game Pass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it really is, because I haven't spent any money on that game.
Nice.
Except for that first Battle Pass, until they learned from their bad practices that they had in that first season, which was 6 months long. Jeez
Louise.
Yeah. Either way, I hope they continue to do 6 months long now, because I'm gonna be honest. If they did 3 months and Call of Duty was out this entire time, I wouldn't be able to go through it as fast as I did if I had Call of Duty on the mind as well.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But I want to hit this story pretty quickly because, my goodness. Brought to you by Riot Games, Project L, their new fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
The developers put out a video today kind of breaking down the core mechanics of their new game. And, oh my goodness. Like, just really now seeing an emotion and just how far they've come from last year to just how the game looks now and how it looks like it's potentially going to be played.
Yeah.
I'm more than excited. It's a 2v2 tag fighter where it looks like you could switch out with your assist character at any time, either mid attack, mid string, mid block string. Like, there was a point where, like, one of the characters, Ari, was doing like a crazy block string, and then she called in Echo for an assist, but then Echo just stood there for like a solid 3 seconds. And then it clicked to Echo, and then the person now had control of Echo and was doing another mix-up from the other side. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be a very versatile fighting game.
Oh, yeah.
I can already tell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and what's cool is that traditional inputs are gone in this game. Like, the kind of motions like quarter circle forward, like Hadouken fireball motions, Z motions, all that, it's going to be replaced by single-button inputs. So what I'm wondering is, how is the game and the neutral going to revolve around, like, being able to pretty much throw out some of your most powerful moves with one button press? Like, one of the cool things is that Guile's Sonic Boom in Street Fighter. This is like the textbook example. His Sonic Boom in Street Fighter has been traditionally fast and safe on block. Just a very good projectile, one that you can throw out, like, relatively quickly, but it's balanced out by the fact that it's a charge motion that you have to hold back for like maybe half a second or like a second or maybe a full second depending on the game. You have to hold it back and then throw it forward and then throw your fireball and then do it all over again. It's balanced out by that fact. You can't just throw it over and over like a normal fireball.
Yeah.
Imagine having that kind of tool on a single button input, though. Like, just being able to throw that out whenever you want.
It'd be weird. It'd be something that you kind of.
It'd be a pretty powerful tool.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it though if you're used to those normal fighting games.
Combined with assists and the way the movement looks, like I was already seeing multiple air dashes off the moves that hit off the ground, like very Marvel versus Capcom kind of mixed with Dragon Ball FighterZ-esque, but like not as quick movement, you know. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I would just go watch the video that's on their Twitter that was published by them, because it's not only going to be free to play as well. Perfect.
It's gonna be awesome.
Love free to play model.
Yeah.
Especially for traditional fighting games, because I don't think we've had one actually like this.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe. No, Killer Instinct was actually free to play for the Xbox One. Killer Instinct 2013.
Oh.
I remember. Good times.
Yeah.
I wish that game still got support.
Well, yeah, one thing about this game that I've noticed is throughout the production of it, they've changed the style a lot. And now with the recent gameplay that we get to see, they actually added cell shading to the characters. So instead of just like them blending in, they pop a lot more. It's very reminiscent to Guilty Gear Strive or any of the Guilty Gear games of recent. And I love that style, because it's like I've been thinking, you know, Guilty Gear Strive, whenever it comes out on Game Pass on Xbox 2023, I'm going to play that game a lot. But then this game, whenever it does come out, because we have no idea, this got the exact same style, but it has characters that I know a little bit more of, not because I play League of Legends, but because League of Legends is such a big thing that you're bound to know at least a few characters. So I really like how they went to cell shading. It looks very sleek, very nice, and the graphics look pretty stellar. And they said, oh, this is only like how much percent were they like through? This is like 30%.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about a character like Alawi, who got teased at the end of the last video about like she was now like in production. I mean, it kind of teased like her ability kit a little bit and like showed off like her gameplay kit in motion.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, she's only 30% done. I'm like, are you serious?
I mean, this game looks done. It looks good to me.
I was like, for only 30% done, like you got to be really like fleshing out her move kit or something, or like the way the way she works in League of Legends. She controls tentacles
for sure.
So
tentacles.
And it looks like from the gameplay too in Project L, they're implementing that into her gameplay as well. So it's like, okay, how do we make this and not just completely not make it full of bugs?
Yeah, of course. I gotta say,
But
I like it.
She looked really good for 30% done.
That's what I'm saying. All of it looks really good, and I mean, it's like if they're doing that, like each character at a time, you know, they're doing that type of style of getting through this game. I'm all for it, because we're gonna slowly be seeing more characters until it's finally done. Because I mean, even the background, I mean, the background could probably be fleshed out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But from what we saw, just in the gameplay that we saw, it looks like a game that is finished. And I mean, just with the characters that they have now, if they gave out a demo, I know plenty of people would probably have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, please throw out like a closed alpha, or not even like an open alpha or something.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there for the masses for like an open beta or something one day,
Yeah.
please. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know what? With that, we're gonna take a quick timeout because we're actually running a little bit low on time. When we come back, we're gonna wrap up the show. You are listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
New Year's Eve in Nashville has a new twist this year.
Touchdown, right up the middle, 45 yards.
The 25th annual Trans-Perfect Music City Bowl is Saturday, December 31st at 11 a.m.
Still on his feet, touchdown!
Get your ticket to the biggest party in Nashville as the Iowa Hawkeyes and Kentucky Wildcats square off at Nissan Stadium. For more information on this year's game, including ticket availability, visit MusicCityBowl.com. Presented by the Tennessee Lottery.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
Look out in the street there. You know what you don't see? My car, because I had to sell it to pay the lawyer I hired when I got busted for drunk driving. You know what else you don't see? My girlfriend, who decided that a guy with no car and no license and no money was no fun. And hey, you know what else you don't see? You don't see me leaving for work in the morning, because I missed so much time with court and everything that I got fired.
Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
The Blitz has been called. The Blitz has been called.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Maniac Monday.
Maniac Monday.
Captain Cool alongside the Bandi Man and Scuba Steve. He just showed up. Hey.
Maniac.
He's a maniac. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because we got a lot going on in the transfer portal right now. And wide receivers from Oklahoma, Brian Darby and Trevon West, are hitting the transfer portal, as well as some Alabama players. One Alabama player in specific, Alabama cornerback Kyrie Jackson. He is in the transfer portal. We'll be keeping up with, wherever he's going. A lot of this stuff, it'll take a little bit of time to figure out where they're going to be going, and we'll talk about it throughout this week. But, there's a lot of guys. How many people did you say were hitting the transfer portal, Bandi?
According to a tweet today, there are over 500.
Over 500?
900?
900
now?
Over 900.
It's over 9,000.
Oh, yeah, because that tweet was at like 1 o'clock. It's over 900 now?
Sheesh.
Oh, my gosh.
908. 908 as of 2 minutes ago.
908.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a lot going on.
Did they also say how many of those were FBS players?
How many of those are FBS players? He'll figure it out.
I think the tweet, the one I saw, it was like 400 of them were FBS players out of the 500 earlier.
Dude, the number's going to be going up, okay, even with Missouri, because they lost wide receiver Dominic Lovett, and he's in the portal as well as Oklahoma State's freshman receiver Braylon Presley. And, dude, we could go through all of them, but we're not going to. Okay, we're going to go through all of them.
Oklahoma State safety Thomas Harper, Ohio State linebacker Taraja Mitchell.
There you go.
Virginia Tech defensive back Armani Chapman.
Okay.
Clemson linebacker Levanta Bentley.
Virginia cornerback Fentrell Cypress the second.
USC linebacker Raylan Goforth.
There's plenty to go.
There's so many.
There's plenty to go. We're not going to go through all of them just yet. Maybe tomorrow we'll continue on with this whole story. It's going to be a weekly thing, guys.
Hey, maybe that'll be our top 10 list on Friday.
Oh, geez. Top 10 craziest transfer portal people. All right. That's something we can definitely get into. I'm looking forward to it, guys. We have a busy week all throughout, especially with the transfer portal. You guys know where to listen to all of it. The Afternoon Blitz is the place to be with the coolest people in sports radio. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Scuba Steve's pretty cool, too.
I'm still salty about that pizza last week.
We're both salty about that pizza. So, yeah, we can put you down not as cool.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. At least we got the smell. But, guys, that is it for today. We'll be back in 22 hours, hopefully a little bit sunnier tomorrow. Thanks for listening. For one Mr. Me and Bandy Man Bailey Lowry, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we